Good morning, class.
Good morning.
Or afternoon. All right. Today we're going to talk about the preposition to and for, and when you use to and when you use for in proper English. Okay? So today's lesson will be in 4 parts. The first part is going to be a video. The second part, I'm going to hand out a guide so that we can have a discussion about what was in the video. The third is going to be a short exercise. All you have to do is read each question or each statement and follow instructions. Check the one that's correct. If it's correct, you put check on the first part. On the second part, you just fill in the blank. Is it to or for that you put in the blank when you read it? Okay? After we do that, we're going to play a game called charade. That's what these are for. We'll split into teams, and for those of you who have not played charades, you split into teams. Like, okay, this is my team. So I will get up here and I will have that, and I know what I have to try to show you of what I'm doing. And then your job is to guess using the preposition to or for. Okay. I'll recover that when we get there. All right, so first we're going to start with the video. All right, so everybody pay attention to the video, because what's in the video is also in the discussion paper. It's also in the exercise, and we're also going to use it in the game. All right? So.
Between 2 and 4 from EspressoEnglish.net. Don't say, I'm studying every day for improve my English. The correct sentence is, I'm studying every day to improve my English. It can be difficult to know when to use to and when to use for, so I'm going to give you some examples in this lesson. Use to for destination. We're going to Paris. Use to when talking about what time it is, particularly when you're talking about minutes before an hour. For example, it's 1:45. Use to when talking about distance. It's about 10 miles from my house to the university. Use to when comparing, specifically when using the word prefer. You can say, I prefer sleeping to working. Use to when giving something to someone. For example, I gave the book to my sister. Use to when talking about a motive or reason with a verb. For example, I came here to see you. Use to when talking about a function with the verb in the to form. For example, a ladle is a big spoon used to serve soup. Use for in these cases. Benefits. Yogurt is good for your digestion. Use for when talking about a period of time. We've lived here for 2 years. You can use for when talking about scheduling. For example, I made an appointment for May 3rd. For can also express being in support of something. For example, are you for or against the development of nuclear weapons? Use for when doing something to help someone. For example, could you carry these books for me? Use for when talking about a motive or reason with a noun. For example, let's go out for a drink. And use for function with the verb in the ing form. For example, a ladle is a big spoon used for serving soup. Let's take a closer look at examples 6 and 7. When talking about a motive or reason, use to plus a verb and for plus a noun. For example, I came to New York to work. I came to New York for a new job. When talking about function, we can use to or for, but to is followed by the base form, and for is followed by the ing form of the verb. This machine is used to make copies. This machine is used for making copies. I hope now you have a better idea of when to use to and when to use for. If you want to continue learning, check out my Advanced English Grammar course, which will help you take your
Very good. That's pretty much,
English from good to great.
that's touchscreen. Very advanced. Okay, so, does anybody have any questions right now? That was a lot of information. But does anybody have any questions about using to and for? Or we're ready to move on to the discussion? All right, so I'm gonna hand out the sheet of paper. And the sheet of paper pretty much says the same thing that the lady said. You know, when you see it, you'll be like, oh yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's go over. Oops, where's my? I have a copy somewhere. The use of the word case to. Let's share a little bit about ourselves. Okay, so we'll start with number one, destination. Somebody give me a sentence using the word to about a destination that you're going to.
After this class, I will introduce you.
To Juicy. That's a place. Very good. Thank you, Tina. Anybody else want to offer a question for number two? Something about the time. Somebody tell me something about the time.
What time is it?
Yes, I'll ask a question. What time is it? Somebody tell me, what time is it? It's, it's not a quarter to two, but that's a good use of it. That's the proper use of the word to when telling time. It's actually like 40 minutes to two.
Oh, 1/2?
It's more than a half to two. Because it's 120, 119. So it's 40 minutes. But that was a good use and a proper use of the word to, a quarter to two. Very good. Actually, just read it. All right. Anybody want to try with number three? Distance.
It takes 4 hours from Dallas to Houston.
It takes 4 hours from Dallas to Houston. It takes 4 hours to get from Dallas to Houston. That's the proper use of the word to for destination, for distance. How about comparing? Anybody want to offer something? Like, I like this versus that? Nobody? Like, I prefer to eat dessert than my main entree.
But you just did.
Huh?
You just did.
Ah, that's right. 2, eating potatoes. That's good, Cassidy. You are good. All right. How about giving? Use the preposition to in giving. Somebody want to offer? Y'all never give anybody anything?
My mom gave money to me.
Ah.
Your mom gave money to you? Very good, very good. All right, let's move on down to the use of for, the benefits. All right, anybody want to offer a sentence using for and a benefit? No?
Vegetables good for your health.
Vegetables are good for what? For your health. Vegetables are good for your health. That's very good. Excellent. All right. So how about, let's move on down to number 4, agree with. Oh, wait, no. Let's move on down to number 5. Doing something to help someone else. I know everybody here has done something for someone else. Somebody share with me a sentence using for.
Because you do homework for me. No.
Well, that's very kind of you to do her homework. Did everybody hear that? What'd you say? Say it.
Say
Say
it.
it again.
Say it again. Because you do homework for me. No. Just next sentence.
She says that somebody does homework for her. Very good. It's proper use, but that's not ethical. Anybody else? How about this side of the class? Somebody. Okay. Let's move on. Let's do function. How about function? Can somebody use? How about this? This has a function.
Is remote control used to control this projector?
Okay, that's not the correct use.
What is it?
Before.
Yeah.
This remote control is used for
Use for
controlling, because ing, controlling the projector. Very good. My best student. Okay. So, does anybody have any questions regarding the proper use of to or for?
How different between use to and use for? You can use to.
What's the difference between, okay,
Use to and use for.
right, the differences are right here. These are, the top part is when you use to, and the bottom part is when you use for.
No, I mean use as like I
Use?
use something to.
Oh,
Yes.
like I use my desk to sit in.
What about for?
Desk are used for sitting, ing, for sitting in,
Oh, for and ing.
for an ing. And to is with a noun. Very good. All right. So if nobody has any more questions, I'm going to pass out a little exercise, and you'll be able to use your guide for your exercise. Let me go over the instructions of this exercise. There's questions and statements. Check the one that shows the proper use of the word to and for. Just check it. If it's not proper, if it's not correct, then just leave it blank.
You don't have to write any.
Yes, please write your name at the top of the page. Alright, so you have about 5-10 minutes to do that. If anybody needs some help or has a question, just let me know. No stress. Just do your best. That rhymes. No stress, just do your best. just check so that I can tell that which one's correct and which one is not. And again, you can look at your guide to help you. And when you finish with part one, you go ahead and start in part two, and then fill in the blank. Oh, there's some on the back too, I forgot to mention. Oops. Did you do the ones in the back too? Good. This is came out from here. I don't think it was true. Nobody does your homework. Mr. Speedy over here. Okay, looks like everybody's almost done. Remember, this is 100% of your grade. All right, when I see everybody put their pencil down, I know that everybody's done. All right, we good? Almost done? Very good. Okay, so now everyone's done. So now we're going to exchange papers. No, we're not going to exchange papers. Everybody is on the honor system. Everybody's going to grade their own. So we're going to go over the correct answers now, okay? Good? All right. Number one, is it correct or not? Not correct. All right. When discussing the destination, it is proper to use the preposition to. Very good. All right. B, is it correct? Correct. All C, is it correct? D, is it correct?
No correct.
It is not correct. All right. E,
No correct.
not correct. Okay, so if you don't get it correctly, just make yourself a little note so you can go back and review. F, is it correct?
Correct.
Very good. G, is it correct?
No.
Correct.
Not correct. Very good. H, is it correct?
No.
Yes, it is correct.
Correct.
Period of time. Look at your guide.
Europe.
Period of time. 4. Very good. Okay. I, is it correct?
Incorrect.
It is not correct. Okay. J, is it correct?
Yes.
No correct.
No, J is correct. It agrees. If you look at your guide, agree.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, agree, use for. So it is correct. K, is it correct?
No.
It is not correct. I, is it correct?
Yes.
No.
It's a tricky one. It is not correct. No, because if you look at your guide, 2 is with a noun. It doesn't say, oh, it's down here. 2 is used with a noun, and 4 is used with the ing, which is the next question. Is incorrect.
L is both correct. Equal to both.
Right, but remember, 2 is used with, wait a second. 2 is used with the verb.
Oh.
2 is used with the verb. Did I say that wrong? 2 is used with the verb,
Yeah.
and 4 is used with
No.
the noun. And then M, is that correct?
Incorrect.
It's not correct. Very good. All right, so let's read the part 2. Go ahead and read A.
I can't text us to work.
Is that correct? Very good. How's your name again? There.
Okay, I came to Dallas for a year job.
Very good. That is correct. You. C. Can you read C for me?
We use for learning, writing, and as we call it.
That is correct. For emailing. Huh? Huh?
I use my cellular phone to send message to my family and friends.
Very good. That is correct. Tina?
Let us go out to lunch.
That is not correct.
For lunch.
For lunch. Look at the guide. For,
Okay, to eat lunch, like this.
to eat, yes. But for, it's for lunch and it's to eat. Okay? Very good. F.
So then I have to see what is being
Two.
to.
Very good. 2. All right. G. Hangul again.
Would you please pull down the window shade down for me?
Very good. Correct. Young lady in the plaid shirt. I'll never get your name right. Yuri?
Yeah.
How about just yay? No. Go ahead.
Are you cheering for the Dallas Cowboys or the New Year's Giants?
Very good. Are you cheering for? And you, young lady? Aye.
I made the want to be my
Very good. 2.
I have been in the US for over a month.
Correct. For over a month. Tina?
Working is good for you.
Very good. Correct. For your health.
I'm going to the University of Texas and I'm going to enroll in English skills.
And you're getting there. All right. M. Hangul.
I gave my homework for my instructor.
Say that one again?
Or
No, 2. I gave my homework to my instructor.
Okay.
In.
I
Next question.
rather eat out than to cook.
Who wouldn't rather eat out than to cook at home? That is correct. You young lady again.
I fly from Dallas to my home country yesterday.
That may or may not be correct. No, it's correct. The hours may not be correct, but yes, that is the correct use of the preposition to. Hi.
It's only for in the after four.
No. Two. It's 10 minutes to 4 in the afternoon. And finally, Tina, wrap it up.
The class is going to Dallas today.
The class is going down. That is correct. Okay, very good. So now, does anybody have any questions? So we good? Everybody got good understanding? Know why you made a mistake? If you got it wrong, you know why you got it wrong? Okay. So now for the final portion of our class today, I have these sheets here folded up. I'm going to divide y'all into two teams, Team A and Team B. Alright? It's called charades. Now I did my best to give you an image along with the statement of what you need to do. The way it works is Hungru is going to come up here. He's going to grab one. And then tell me your name real loud. Like you're going to yell at me.
Gary.
Yeri. There you go. You got to say that with passion. Yeri and Castillo are going to guess what he's doing using the preposition to or for. I will give you a hint. These examples are very similar to what we have discussed already. All right? So, pick one, Andrew. Got it? Did you connect that out?
That's hard. That's hard.
So, here, for the sake of time, I'm going to cover up the answer, and he's going to show you this, and he's going to go. So make a sentence. See what I'm doing? Make a sentence using to or for. So,
I prefer riding a car to riding a bicycle.
very good. Of course, the bicycle is better for your health. But yes, I prefer riding in a car than to riding a bicycle. Very good. So that's, I was a freebie. All right, so 1 point for Team A. Now who's gonna do the charade for Team B? Who's gonna come and grab one?
Me?
Ah, this is a tough one. I'm not sure you can do it. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. All right, here we go. Have a seat. Anybody know what that is? What is it? Doctor appointment. That's abbreviation for appointment. Anybody been to the doctor? Okay. Everybody understand that? Okay, can somebody make a sentence? No?
I'm waiting for doctor
You said it correct. I have been waiting for my doctor's appointment since 8 a.m. Now it's 10. That's 4 hours to see the doctor. Oh my gosh. All right, very good. I'm helping because I know it's difficult.
I'm dying.
All right.
Doctor.
One more. We'll do one more, and then we will wrap it up. So, hungry? Or
Hungry.
you know what? Hungry, you've been voted. See what this one is. Ah. So, you have to do that. You have to do something. Anything, just
Oh.
okay.
I guess.
Make a sentence using 2 or 4. What was he doing?
He used to exercise.
How about exercising is good for his health? All right. One more. Team B.
Go. What? You.
What? Team B, come on.
You are already. You go. Oh man.
Ah, no, don't pick that. Pick another way. Ah, there, that's good. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Good. Act it out. Ready? Action. All right, Team B, what did you just do?
He goes to the class and to draw the glass.
Yeah, he walked to the trash can. Very simple. Not too complicated. Very good. All right, guys. Does anybody have any questions that you can't answer using the guide? Because the guide is for you. And you just look at that guide and think about what to use 2 or 4 and use it. And remember, guys, criticism is the breakfast of champions. Because my wife criticizes me all the time. That's making me into a champion. Anyways, I appreciate your time. And now let's go to lunch. Thank you. Cut!